when he did H.O.V.A, I remember calling my mother telling me like, yo, we finna be all good, don't worry.
I would say as a producer, him and Just Blaze during that Blueprint era really ushered back in the soulful sample, that whole technique.
I finally just decided to move to New York, and I had made more of these sped up soul beats. And I just had like a plethora of them. And Jay came in, I'll never forget, he had the Gucci bucket hat, he heard one joint. He heard another joint. I remember him pulling his hat over his head and just getting so excited.
When he was doing the sped up soul samples, yeah, RZA had done it before, but it kind of gone by the wayside. So then here comes Kanye giving Jay-Z these ill beats with the sped up soul samples. Everybody's like, oh snap, wait, that was kind of dope. And Kanye kind of took it to the extra level where you just had like everybody rocking to it. It wasn't like this little clique of people that were like, yo, this is the ish. It's like everybody.
He picked those beats for the Blueprint, and when he did H.O.V.A, I remember calling my mother telling me like, yo, we finna be all good, don't worry.
I think personally he made it fun again, and how he created, how he flipped, how he used things. And it made it better because he was rapping on his own stuff.
At that point, I was considered one of the Rockefeller producers. And all the time, I always wanted to rap, but I just really wasn't that good. I just recently got extremely good, if I do say so myself.
That was one of the things that really got us to pay attention because now he's a double threat. Now he's providing the music and the content.
The first line on Dark Twisted Fantasy is, "Can we get much higher?" And he seems to think of that line every time he goes into the studio. He brings the people in there and they just try to go higher every time.
Hawaii was my first experience with the whole good music family, period. First of all, I mean, it's intimidating. Like, you walk in Hawaii and all you see is like signs that say no Instagramming, no tweeting, no talking. You can't hear nothing. We can't talk about anything but the album at hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The bar is set, like without anybody speaking a word. That's
so
the first
tight.
thing you see. Like, just period. Now we get into talking, and now we get into like, yay, cutting down your verses and no, that's not good, and you know, so on and so forth.
You know, he wants the perfect project, and then when I listen to him, and you know, he doing certain things by taking like a ting, might be in the track, ting, ting. I'm like, yo, no one hears that, bro. No, that sound, I can't stand it. Like, can't add this, but when you hear the finish, the finished part, you be like, okay, I knew why you take the ting out.
Right. Kanye has nitpicked so many of my verses in the past, and all of our verses and songs and stuff. So it's like, man, my goal is to try and write a verse that he's not gonna say nothing about.
As a producer, Kanye West has made an impact on hip hop because whenever he drops a new song that has like a new sound that becomes a big hit and everybody loves it, immediately producers want to follow and bite it.
He's influenced so many producers to this day. You hear 40, you hear Mike Zombie, you hear just so many people that have taken little compartments of what he's done. And he's drawing inspiration from, you know, Jay Dilla. That's one of the key components to Kanye being who he is right now. So he's had some good teachers. And then now he's bringing up a whole new generation of producers. You can listen to some of these producers out now and know like, oh, I know he made that, or I know he made this. Kanye, I could never tell. We listen to Yeezus, and then we listen to 808s, and then we listen to Graduation, and then you listen to Late Registration, and you listen to College Dropout, and then you listen to The Life of Pablo. Every piece of those projects sounds nothing alike. And that's the beautiful part, and that gives a lot of producers now hope that you can go from grungy, dirty, garage sounding hip hop to soulful, barbecue style flowing hip hop. And no one's gonna say anything because you're pushing an envelope that hasn't been opened yet.